Basketball season is finally upon us. Welcome to episode 3 of Huskies TV. Hi everyone, Brent Costello with you once again in what's an historic week for the club, with the Huskies brand hitting the court for the very first time. But of course our focus on this show is the New Zealand NBL side, and there's plenty happening there. The days are ticking by to the first tip-off of the season. Well, players have started arriving here in Tasmania as well. One of those is Bryan Michaels, and I caught up with him recently for Huskies TV. Bryan, thanks for your time. Tell us about your journey so far in basketball and what brings you to Tasmania.
Man, so my journey was a bit crazy. Just between I graduated college a year ago, and then I went to Perth and played an SBL season, then a development player role for the Wildcats, and then now I'm here.
How's that experience been with Perth, and what sort of step will that hold you in for the journey with the Huskies?
Yeah, that was an unreal experience. Like a lot of great players between Bryce Cotton, Trico White, you know, leaders like Damian Martin. So just learning from those guys and, you know, what it takes to be a good player and to win a championship.
How excited are you about the prospect of playing for the Huskies, and what did you know about Tasmania before you arrived here?
I didn't know anything about Tasmania before I got here, but it's beautiful. I mean, everything's right on the water. There's a lot of greenery, so it's a beautiful place. I'm excited to explore it. But as far as joining this team, I'm really excited just because of the competition that's in it, the players, the quality players that are in it, so I'm excited.
How did it all come about? Were you approached by the Huskies?
Yeah, I was. Stewie gave me a call a couple months ago, and he actually played with my dad in Perth. They won a championship together back in the day, and then they played in Cairns together as well, so it was a great contact for me. Yeah.
How do you expect the standard of the New Zealand NBL to be, and what are you expecting when you head over there and the teams come over here to Tasmania?
I expect it to be really good level of competition. I know a lot of NBL guys are in it. I know a lot of G League guys play in it, so there's going to be a lot of good players. It's going to be a good competition.
And do you know what your role in the team is going to be as yet?
I don't know my role yet, but I know I can shoot it a little bit, so hopefully I can stretch the floor and knock down some threes.
And what about the squad the Huskies have put together? You're pretty excited about the players you'll be lining up with?
Yeah, very excited. I know we just signed Craig Moeller, so he played in the NBL. I'm excited to meet him and play with him, and I'm excited to play with Jalen Billups. We played against each other in the SBL, and I've seen what he's capable of, so yeah, it should be good.
The Southern Huskies' newest member, Bryan Michaels, joining us here on Huskies TV. Well, another player to arrive into town this week was Hobart Chargers championship winner, Bryan Muo, and Huskies TV was at Hobart Airport to greet him. Southern Huskies, a new look this year as opposed to the Hobart Chargers. Was it always an easy decision for you to come back?
Oh, it's always easy, especially when I come back. Hobart's like home for me right now. So whenever Coach called me and said, I need you, I'm always going to answer the call for him. And it's like my second home right now. So.
Pretty sharp squad put together for the Huskies. You must be pleased with the players that have signed on as well as you.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. Mostly again the same players back from last year, but also the new guys that we thought. I think they're pretty good, and obviously the coaching staff did a good job recruiting. So we'll see what happens. It just all depends on us gelling together and play. So you never know what can happen.
What have you been up to over the off-season? You've been at a few NBL clubs having a few training sessions and stuff?
Yeah, well, because I live in Brisbane, so I train with Brisbane Bullet every day. And I was looking for a place to go and play, but nothing came through. But apart from that, I've just been practicing with Brisbane Bullet and just do a lot of local leagues and stuff, just playing to keep myself in shape. Yeah.
How important is it training with an NBL team over that off-season so you stay at that peak level, I guess?
Oh, it's very important, obviously, just to mentally keep you prepared, but also just being going up and down with elite players. You know, it really helped me a lot.
Bryan Muo speaking to us on Huskies TV. Well, as well as the star players from interstate and overseas, there's a real Tasmanian flavour to this Huskies side. Two of those are BJ Radcliffe and Tiri, and I caught up with both of them recently on Huskies TV.
It's going to be an exciting season. Fresh competition, new league, different players. So looking forward to it. Haven't done a whole lot of research. I know that the league is very heavily impacted with imports, so it's going to be pretty high pace and high quality. Apart from that, just looking to have fun, go in there and have a good time. We got 4 guys coming back from the Chargers championship winning team last year, so we've already got a bit of chemistry. It'll just be about getting the other guys up to speed within that 2 weeks that we have. So it'll be a challenge, but one that we're looking forward to.
I've been playing for Hobart Chargers for like a decade now, so watching the NBL team back in the day, the Tassie Devils, and I was doing the floors, and to get a gig like this, I think it's just awesome. And 31 years old nearly, so way to finish my career, I reckon. It was hard at first to actually part ways with the Hobart team. I have been going to training and stuff like that and helping out. I still want to help out with the guys down there, but Stewie offered a bigger role in the team, and it's a more opportunity. I haven't played in that league before, so I think it's just something new to try. We'll be the only Australian team over there, and there'll be a lot of people over there trying to give us grief. So I think it'll be a good, hostile environment. There's some good quality imports in that league, and I know Stewie was just saying like Cam Glidden's over there. He's just signed. Jared Weeks was there last year, so there's some awesome Australians over there as well. But the imports are, I think, a league above. Some big signings, and we've got a good team too, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. I'm really much just a defensive player and knock down a shot when I can, but just hustle and do what I can to win, so whatever that involves.
Well, the man pulling this entire squad together is the head coach, Anthony Stewart. He's a very busy man at present, but was good enough to give up some of his time to us here on Huskies TV. Thanks for joining us on Huskies TV for the very first time, Coach. How's things shaping up for the next couple of months?
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey, to say the least. Probably not what I expected. A little bit more to it as far as rules and regulations and who you can bring in and who you can't. But overall, I'm pretty comfortable where we're at. Still a couple of surprises to come yet, but right now getting Craig back and securing his services is probably made up for Harry Froling a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Understandable from Harry's point of view.
Yeah, I spoke to his dad, and look, Harry's he's just found out he's eligible for the NBA draft, so he's going to take that option and go over and do some workouts and see where he's at, and you can't hold that back.
What's up, Huskies fans? I want to be the first to let you know officially that sadly I won't be appearing for the Huskies this season. Some stuff's arisen, and I've got to enter the NBA draft this year, so I'm going to be based over in America for the next couple months, and I'm going to be preparing for the NBA draft workouts and team workouts and meeting GMs and all that sort of stuff over there. So I'm going to be based in USA, and sadly that means I won't be able to play for Tasmania, you guys, this year. So it's disappointing. I really want to come down and play for the Huskies, but the staff and the coaches and the GM at the Huskies have all been really supportive of me chasing my dreams. They know this was something that came out of nowhere, and it's disappointing, but I hope we can definitely cross paths in the future, and I maybe play for the Huskies one day. So just chasing my dreams, and hope you guys understand. So thanks to the Huskies, and go Huskies, go win it all this season.
The replacement in Craig, just won a championship with us last year and knows what to expect down here, knows me as a coach, knows most of the group that we're bringing back. We haven't secured a couple of guys that we're trying to chase at the moment that would certainly value add to the group that we've got, but we're having to do that purely around the level of the league right now. So New Zealand, I was expecting probably 6 or 7 NBL players to be playing in that league, high-level NBL players, and currently it's looking at around 22 to 25 travelling over to play in this roster. It's an incredible league. It's not that far off NBL standards, so it's exciting to bring that basketball to Tasmania, but at the same time we've got to be competitive and make sure that we're competing with these best teams across New Zealand.
How much pressure do you feel? This is obviously a big year for Tassie. We're trying to get into the NBL and delivering a championship, I suppose.
Well, the level of play is certainly going to enhance that. It's whether we can compete at that level.
And how are you going with everything? You're obviously a busy man. You've got a business, you've got a family, you've got to try and win a championship here. How's the head at the moment?
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit confused because it's so late in us starting. Our players aren't even here yet. We start in 3 weeks. That's been the toughest thing for me, is the recruitment side. We thought we were pretty much set, and then a few things have changed with Harry and everything happening, but we'll be ready come game one, and we'll give it everything we got. We always bat above our weight. We work hard, and Tassie's always been about that. So hopefully people get out and support this. This is certainly going to be the highest basketball they've seen in a long, long time.
Well, as you can see, it is a packed house here for the opening night of NBL1. I caught up with some of the fans to ask them about the Huskies branding and their thoughts on the season ahead.
I like the brand, I like the name. it's indicative of, you know, Hobart and Mawson and all that. But no, changes don't hurt, and I think they do well.
What do you love about the Huskies, mate?
I love their coach, Anthony. He's really great.
They're just good at basketball, and basketball's life, I guess, so they're just awesome.
What do you like about basketball?
Just when you're on the court, you're all free and you don't have to worry about anything but playing.
Would you like to play for the Huskies one day?
Hope so.
It's going to be great for the state, so needed something to take over the cricket and the footy, so I think it's a good thing.
Got all the merchandise on there. You've been a basketball fan for a while, or you just jumped on board?
Nah, we followed the Chargers from back at Creek Road days, so, and now the girls like it. We were out at the deck last year and watched it all, so just on board for any Tassie basketball.
Do you feel like there's a pathway there for you now to play at the highest level with the Huskies here?
I guess if I keep on training, I could maybe get there one day. I don't know.
What about yourself? What do you like about the Huskies?
I don't know, I just love watching them play because it's just so fun to like see them like so aggressive and like, yeah, it's just really good.
Do you like the mascot? Do you like Mawson? Do you like the brand of the Huskies?
Yeah, I like the name Huskies. It's like, you know, like there's a mascot that's an animal, and I guess that's pretty cool. So.
Anthony Stewart's son. You nervous going into the season?
No.
How's Dad been around home?
On the phone a lot.
Getting grumpy, is he?
Yeah.
What do you love about basketball?
Just fun to play.
And you're pretty good yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's all we have time for on this episode of Huskies TV. Until you join us again, make sure you head to southernhuskies.com.au for all the latest information about the club, as well as picking up your memberships and tickets. We'll be back next week with another big episode as the countdown to the first tip-off continues. Until then, I'm Brent Costello. Thanks for your company. See you next time.